Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Sydney Buckhalter, and I am currently the head arson detective of the Historic Bureau of Chester, New Jersey. My team worked very long hours to solve the mystery of the Clare estate. I have solid evidence that Steve Clare, brother of Laura Clare and son of Katie Clare, is guilty of arson. The scene of the crime is 9 Springcroft Road in Chester, New Jersey. This magnificent mansion was currently on the market when the fire broke out on Monday evening, November 14th. Chester firefighters were called to the scene at approximately 8:45 p.m. This house is an estate property. Katie Clare had deceased almost a year and a half ago, and her children are still fighting over the custody of the house. Lawyers decided to let the courts determine which child would become the new owner of the house. The judge granted the daughter, Laura, the mansion, and then she later decided to put it on the market. In an interview with Laura, she stated, quote, "My brother Steve had sent me numerous emails in which he told me if I didn't give him the house and either kept it or put it on the market, then he was going to take it away from me." End quote. Just from the story alone, a person can tell that this nightly fire was not an accident. When I arrived at the scene at 9:05 p.m., the house was in full flames as shown in the picture. This picture was taken facing the back of the house at approximately 9:30 p.m. It took firefighters almost 2 hours to extinguish the fire. These 3 pictures were taken in various rooms of the house. My team and I recovered samples of debris that was taken back to our laboratory and tested in our gas chromatograph, which I will discuss in a few minutes. The picture on the left side is the last set of stairs leading from the first floor of the house to the basement. The first picture on the right-hand side of the slide is one of the guest rooms facing the back of the house that was badly destroyed in the fire. The walls are covered in ashes, and the glass from the windows was shattered all over the floor. The family room, which is photographed on the right side of the slide, was badly burned as well. It is hard to see in this picture, but behind the couch there is a distinct V pattern. What is a V pattern? A V pattern is an accelerant with a high vapor pressure, such as alcohol or acetone, which tend to flash or scorch a surface, whereas an accelerant has a higher boiling component, such as gasoline, which tend to wick, melt, and burn, leaving stronger patterns. One of the detectives discovered an outside bathroom near the pool. By looking at the picture, one can detect that the bottom of the closet was closed because there is no thermal damage. However, burned sections of the closet indicate that the fire was started by the stack of what seems to be clothing. I determined that the stack of clothes is the source of the fire. If you look where I labeled Classic V, it shows the arson detectives that the fire in the bathroom is not started accidentally. I also found traces of kerosene on the clothes and a match in a garbage can outside of the bathroom door. This picture shows a distinct V pattern on the wall by the window. There is a dark spot directly underneath the shattered window. After testing the debris, this spot has traces of acetone. This is what the back of the house above the deck looked like after the fire. There are no distinct patterns in the ashes, but there are traces of accelerants in the ashes. This part of the house is the first place where I found traces of kerosene and acetone, the 2 main accelerants used to burn down this house. This can of acetone and this bottle of kerosene were found in the forest behind the house. The photograph matches were also found all over the house as well as near the containers found in the forest. In addition, Steve Clare's fingerprints are all over the kerosene container and acetone can, which lead us to believe he placed this accelerant all over the house. How do we know accelerants were used? Well, we took debris particles from all over the house and placed it into a gas chromatograph. This machine showed us that there were high levels of kerosene and acetone, which we concluded were the 2 accelerants used in the burning of the house. There is clear evidence that this house fire was not an accident, but merely an act of violence and hate. Not only was there fingerprints that were recovered from the scene that matched those of Steve Clare, his alibi does not check out. He's threatened his sister numerous times to take the house away, and there is clear evidence that Steve had the vengeance towards his sister. I hope I have clearly shown you all today that Steve Clare is guilty of arson. Thank you.